punch kick stretch. If you haven't taken the class before, we're going to do some basic martial arts moves to get your heart rate up and then stretch it out and do a little mini yoga sequence at the end. So to warm up, we're going to start with our feet wide apart and going to inhale, reach the arms up, everything reaching straight up. And then on your exhale, bend the knees and drop the arms. Check to make sure your knees are tracking out in the same direction as your feet. And inhale back up. Exhale, you can just let the arms flop down. And a few times like this, if you feel ready, you can always separate the feet a little wider apart, still making sure the knees are going out over the feet, and go down a little bit deeper. Big breaths in and out. Then maybe walk the feet in a little bit closer, both arms up, and leave one arm up, either arm doesn't matter, other arm down by your side, and take it over. Side stretch. Keep taking those big, deep breaths and switch over to the other side. Then going back to the first side, take one arm behind your back, your bottom arm behind your back, and reach the other arm back behind you, opening up this front area here, front of the shoulder, pec area. The palm turns out to the side and even a little bit up. Big stretch back. Good. And then switch sides. Other arm behind your back. Top arm goes up and back, up and back, up and back. Really opening up these pecs and everything that are going to get a pretty big workout with all our punches, etc. All right, so let's just take some big marches with the knees up, warm up the legs a little bit more. And then we're going to get right into our fighting combinations. All right, yes, go ahead and warm up a little bit. Yeah, good. I'm just going to describe our fighting stance a little bit, and then we'll start with some basic combinations. So fighting stance, look down at your feet. Either foot can be forward because we're always going to switch and do the other side. So for you, just look down, notice which foot is in front. We'll call this side 1. And then when I say switch to side 2, the other foot goes in front. But your fighting stance is pretty much the same on either side, maybe about shoulder width apart in the feet, front foot pointing forward, the back foot angled out to the side. But we always want to stay light on our feet, so you can always practice a little bit of this movement. So let's start just doing that. So you're just going to be going back and forth, lifting one heel and sort of pushing yourself towards the other foot. So you're always ready to shift your weight from one side to the other. All right. Almost as if your heels kind of bounce away from the floor. They're kind of like repelled away from the floor. Okay. So to add cardio, you can always be doing a lot of this in between each repetition, or even when I am explaining something and you want to keep your heart rate up, you just keep moving, unless you really need to take that break, and then you can stop and take a break, of course, always. Your hands are always up, protecting your face. So the fists are maybe about the lower half of your face, elbows down to protect the ribs. You might see me sometimes open a hand, like I'm punching with this hand, my back hand might open. That's just a habit of mine. You don't have to do that. You can keep your hands closed the whole time, just to keep it simple. We're going to talk mostly about the front leg, front hand, back leg, back hand, okay? Because I don't know which side you're doing. So I'm not going to say right or left. I'll say front or back. First few combinations, we're going to be doing just basically facing towards the camera, and then we'll switch and do the other side. Later, we'll incorporate turning. So I'll explain that when we get to it. So our first combination, you're going to take your front hand and just jab it out about chin or face height. And notice when that front hand comes out, you can turn your body a little bit to the side. So the chest is almost facing to the side here. Then the other hand, your back hand, is going to come forward for your cross. We'll do the cross to the body. Okay, so it's your back hand. Notice here the chest turns to face forward. Back heel swivels up. All right, so these are two basic punches. Jab with the front hand, cross with the back hand. And notice there's a lot of turning of the body and swiveling on the balls of your feet. Okay, so side one, pick what side is side one for you. And we'll start 10 times this side, switch to 10 times on the other side. Excuse me. Okay, ready? Fighting stance, and 1, jab, cross. 2, jab, cross. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And switch sides. This is your side 2, other foot in front. Same thing, front hand, jab, back hand, cross. Ready? 1, jab, cross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. Go back to side 1. Just going to add a jab. We're going to do jab, jab, cross. All right. So the first jab, kind of like exploratory. You're figuring out your distance from your opponent maybe. And then jab, cross. It's a quick 1-2 for the second jab and then the cross to finish. All right, let's try that 10 times on this side. Ready? Jab, jab, cross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And switch to side 2. Front hand, 2 jabs, and then finish with your cross punch with your back hand. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, awesome, doing great. So we're gonna start to add some more hand techniques. So I'm gonna do jab, cross. Your front hand is over here. You're gonna take it out to the side and do hook punch. You're coming around from the side to hook punch your opponent. Maybe you would hit them in the side of the rib, something like that. Okay, so 3 punches. Jab, cross, hook. And that's it. Let's get ready. And fighting stance on side 1. Jab, cross, hook. Sorry, I didn't start counting. Let's do it with the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, very good. Switch to side 2, same thing, 10 times, jab, cross, hook. So I like to just test it out slowly myself to make sure I have the body movement, because you're really using your body. On that hook punch, you're turning back to this side where you're facing the chest sideways. Think of the hips, everything swiveling to get a lot of power behind your hook punch. All right, let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, jab, cross, hook. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Go back to side 1. Building on this combination, we're going to add one more punch at the end. It's going to be your uppercut. So 1, jab, 2, cross, 3, hook. Your back hand back here is going to come up, uppercut. Okay? So again, you're going to be driving your hips into the target. This one, you're just kind of swiveling onto the ball of the back foot and getting your power into that uppercut, hitting someone maybe solar plexus or rib. So let's try it. 4 hand techniques on each count. Ready? 1, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. 2, 3, good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and switch sides. Side 2. So you might notice one side feels more natural to you. The other's kind of like a little bit awkward because you're either right-handed or left-handed, but we want to work out both sides equally. So don't worry about that awkward feeling side. You're going to get practice in doing everything on that side as well. So same combination this side, jab, cross, hook, uppercut. All right, get ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and back to the first side. All right, we're going to add 2 techniques to the combination this time. The first is going to go at the end. They're both going to go at the end. The first one you've already done, jab. The last technique is going to be our first kicking technique. So I'll show you jab, cross, hook, uppercut, another jab, reach forward like you're grabbing your opponent's shoulder, back leg, knee kick, and then put your foot back down. All right, so it's going to be 6 techniques. The last one is your knee kick. So again, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, another jab, reach forward, back leg, knee kick. So you're pulling them down as your knee comes up. Maybe your knee would go into their midsection somewhere. All right, so let's try it. Ready? 1, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick. As you get used to it, you can even incorporate like a little jump into that knee kick if you want. 2, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick. 3, jab, knee kick. 4, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jab, knee kick. All right, good. So switch sides, go to your side 2, same combination. All right, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, another jab, pull into your knee kick with your back leg. All right, ready? 1, good. 2, 3, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And turn back to the front, to your side 1. Just going to add one thing at the end of this combination, elbow, okay? So you're gonna do jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick with your back leg, put it down behind you, front arm comes around, elbow. So you'd be doing a little elbow strike to your opponent's face area. All right, so slowly again, this combination, hook, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, grab to the shoulder, knee kick, and then elbow. Notice you can be doing the elbow as this leg comes back. All right, so let's try it. Ready? One, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow. Good. Two. Three. Well, my sleeves are getting in my way. Four. Five. Six. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow. Seven. Eight. Nine. 10. All right, good. Switch to side two. Let's do it slowly on this side. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab again, back leg knee kick. As that foot comes down behind you, elbow with the front arm. Scratchy throat, sorry. All right, ready? One. Two. Three. Four. Five. Six. Seven. Eight. Nine. 10. Elbow. All right. So we got a good combination. We are going to do the same combination for this round, except we're going to incorporate our turning. Okay. So we're going to start facing forward on your side one. Do the combination. You end up with your elbow. Then you turn to the side of your front leg. You might be turning the other way. Not the same way I'm turning. Don't worry about it. You'll turn, do the combination, turn again, the direction of your front leg. So you'll be facing away from the camera. So you got to remember that combination. If you can't remember, just make something up. At the end of that combination, turn again. Combination, turn again. We'll do it 5 times. So when we come to the front again, we will be doing the same combination again. Okay? We'll do it 5 times, one direction, switch feet, 5 times the other direction. Okay, but same combination that we just did. Hook, I was going to say hook first, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, always turning in the direction of your front foot. All right, so let's get ready. 1. Turn. This is number 2, going to the side. 2. Turn. Let's do the turn as part of the count. facing away. 3, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, turn. 4, and turn one more time. 5, and stay here. Don't turn on this one, okay? Instead, we're going to switch sides. Go to your side 2. And now we will be doing the same thing, turning the other direction, because we're going to turn in the direction of the front foot, front leg, always. Ready? 1, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, turn, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, turn. 3, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, turn. 4, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, turn. Last one. 5, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow. Very good. And turn back, don't turn, switch back to side 1. So now we're going to incorporate one more kick at the very beginning. So your front kick, your front leg is going to come up, knee pointing straight in front of you, kick the foot out, put it back down, and then start your combination, same that we've been doing. At the end, turn. Okay, so 5 times this way, 5 times the other way. Ready? 1, front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, turn. 2, turn. 3, go. Front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, turn. 4, and turn. Last one. 5, and switch sides. Same way, going the other direction when we turn. All right, ready? 1, front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, turn. 2, kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, turn. 3, front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, turn. 4, turn. Last one. 5, and switch sides. I was like, did we do this on the other side already? Yes, we did. So I'm going to continue. Same combination. After the last kick, after the last technique, rather, your elbow, normally, right, we'd be turning to the side here, the side of your front leg. We're still going to be turning, but we're going to do a kick in that direction. Your front leg is going to come up. You're going to do your roundhouse kick to the side of your front leg. So just to review again, when we do a roundhouse kick, we need that standing leg to be turned out. All right, so this is why it's good to do it to the side to get used to it, because this foot is already turned out in relation to that direction, right? The toes are going somewhat in this direction, maybe not 90 degrees, but some number of degrees to this direction. The heel is going more towards your target. So that's going to allow you to do your roundhouse kick, just a kick that's coming around, hit the opponent in the side instead of straight in. Otherwise, the same combination. So after the roundhouse kick, you turn it up in that direction, and we'll keep going around. Okay, so Sorry again. In lockdown, I don't talk that much. So I guess my throat is not used to it. My voice is not used to it. All right, so let's try it. Ready? 1, front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow. Look to the side of your front leg. Roundhouse and turn. 2. Elbow, look behind you. Roundhouse kick, turn. 3. Turn. Oh, don't turn, do a roundhouse kick, and then turn. 4, front kick, hook, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, look forward, roundhouse kick, turn, one last time. 5. And you can do the roundhouse kick forward or to the side. Doesn't matter, one way or the other. All right, switch sides. Go to your side 2. Same thing, we'll just be turning in the other direction because the other leg's in front. Ready? 1, front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, look to your side, roundhouse, and turn. 2, jab, knee kick, elbow, look behind, roundhouse. 3, front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow, look to the side, roundhouse, turn. 4, look forward, roundhouse, turn. Last one on this side. 5, whoop, front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow. And you can do your roundhouse forward if you feel ready, or to the side, either way. All right, so let's see how we're doing on time. Good, we have a few more minutes for one more combination, okay? So let's add, let's see, front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow. Let's keep it a little bit simple, but 2 roundhouse kicks. Okay, so you're going to do the same way. Go into the side. Whoops. This is my front leg, so I'm going to do this side here. 1, 2. If you need to put your foot down in between the 2 roundhouse kicks, you put your foot down. All right, so let me demonstrate on this side. So I'll be doing my kick here. 1, 2. Totally fine. Just make sure after the first kick, you don't replace this foot. If it's turned out, you want it to stay turned out for your second roundhouse kick. If you can balance and you want to try to do it without putting your foot down, you just do 1, 2. 2 little quick roundhouse kicks. Okay, so let's see. Side 1, same combination, adding roundhouse kick at the end, so it's a double roundhouse. You can imagine just like quick succession. All right, ready? 1. Look to the side of your front leg and double roundhouse. Turn. Don't worry about how high the kick is. If you just pick up your foot, if that's enough for you today, just pick up your foot and imagine doing the kick, or you can do it low. Totally fine. You can adjust the height for your flexibility, also your needs for your cardio. If it's getting to be too much, just keep it a really low kick. The more you raise up your legs, the more your cardio is going to go up. So just be aware of that. You can go up as you want, as you need. Okay, so I don't think we really started the count. Let's start the count on side 1. Ready? 1. Look to the side, double roundhouse. Maybe we did, but that's okay, we did it again. 2. Look behind, double roundhouse. Turn. 3. To the side. Turn. 4. Going forward, double roundhouse. Turn. Last one on the side. 5. And you can do the kick to the side or forward as you like. Good. Switch to side 2. Same way, turning the other direction. Ready? 1. Front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow. Look to the side of your front leg. Double roundhouse and turn. 2. Front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow. Look behind. Double roundhouse. 3. Front kick, jab, cross, hook, uppercut, jab, knee kick, elbow to the side, double roundhouse. 4. Looking forward, double roundhouse. Last one, 5. And either to the side or forward and come back and shake it out a little bit. Excellent, excellent job. All right. What we're going to do next, we're not going to go down to the floor quite yet. Last thing we're going to do, one side and then the other, I'm going to time 30 seconds. In that 30 seconds, you can do all the techniques or any technique that you can think of. You can't think of anything else, just do jab cross for 30 seconds. Totally fine. If you can think of throwing in a kick now and then, awesome. Another hand technique, whatever you feel like doing. So this is your chance to make your own combinations. Just let it flow, sort of freestyle and have fun with it. Okay? So again, you want to keep it going with your heart rate. Just try moving around constantly. You can go to the side. You can turn within that 30 seconds. I'm going to keep the same fighting stance though, because we're going to do another 30 seconds with the other fighting stance. Okay, so let's get ready. Get my 30-second timer going. Ready? Get your fighting stance ready and begin. All right. Any hand technique you can think of. Jab cross is always good. If you forget everything else, just remember that much. You can make up your own combinations with kicks. If you know something you want to throw in that I didn't really cover today, feel free. You can try different things like, oh, I'll do a front kick with my back leg instead of my front leg. I'll do a knee kick with my front leg. All right, and stop. All right, so 30 seconds is not that long, right? So switch your side. Your other foot is in front. You're gonna stay in that fighting stance for 30 seconds. Same thing, freestyle. Ready? And 30 seconds, begin. Anything you can think of, anything you want to do. You want to try out, what if I do an elbow with my backhand? Can I do it? What would come next? Maybe knee kick, front kick, roundhouse. You can try practicing your roundhouse kick going forward. Do you feel ready for that? Anything at all? Just keep going. Don't stop. Just do jab cross the whole time. Totally fine. And turn and stop. All right. So separate the feet wide apart again. Big, super big breath in and exhale. Come on down, put your forearms on the inner legs, just above the knee. Take a couple breaths, pushing back with the arms lengthening the spine forward. Dropping the sitting bones any amount. And then just go side to side a little bit. And finally come up. Take a couple more big breaths in. Lifting the arms. Exhale, flop the arms down as you bend the knees. One more time, inhale up. And flop it down. Okay, so now we're gonna grab our mat. Also, if you have a blanket, a folded blanket, or like a flat cushion, that might be good to have handy if you need to pad under your knee or knees. If your knees are sensitive, you can always pad them up. No need to suffer unduly. So here we go. And you don't really need the blanket at first, but you can just put it down. I'll just adjust this a tiny bit. Okay. So from here, stand towards the front of your mat. Just pick one end to be the front. Separate the feet a little wide apart. All right, so just to the edges of your yoga mat. Again, inhale, big breath up. Then exhale, bend the knees a little bit as you come down. Get your hands down onto the floor. If you have the yoga blocks or something you want to use, seat of a chair, you can do that as well. Couple breaths, just let the head go. Wiggle, waggle it out. Wiggle out the jaw. With your hands down on something, whatever you might have, you can start to straighten the legs a little bit. You don't have to go all the way straight. You can just play with finding what's available in your range of motion there. And now we're going to step the feet back. So get the hands flat, step one foot back, other foot back to come to a high plank position. And let's hold for 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And push back. Come to a little downward facing dog for just a moment. And then drop the knees and push back to child's pose. A couple moments there. All right, next we're just going to do a little forearm plank. I'm going to change the music so we can start to zen out a little bit more here towards the end of class. Okay. Okay, so coming forward from child's pose, you're going to come onto your forearms. Clasp the hands together so the pinky side edge of the arm is down. Come forward to your shoulders are aligned over your elbows. And then reaching the legs back, come to your forearm plank. And let's hold for a count of 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, drop the knees again and push back to child's pose. All right, coming up out of child's pose, just take one leg forward. You can do either leg first. Coming towards a lunge with the back knee down. Raise your upper body up. You can place the hands on that front knee. Turn the fingers forward. All right, this is going to help you keep the top of the chest open. And think of pushing a little bit with those hands to lift the sternum any amount. At the same time, the pelvis is going down and forward. And breathe. All right, very good. Now, whatever leg is forward, the arm on that side is going to stay there, just resting the forearm on that front leg, just above the knee, top of the quad. Now, this next part, if your knees are super sensitive, you might have difficulty doing it. This is why you might need like a lot of padding under the knee. A cushion from your couch might be good. We're going to reach the hand back that's on the same side as the back leg, bend that back knee and try to grab onto the foot. All right, so my hand reaching back, the palm is facing in, the thumb is down, and I'm just pulling that foot in, heel towards the buttock on that side. Same time, I'm trying to turn my chest forward any amount. All right, instead of letting it angle back, that makes it a little bit easier, right? I'm trying to square my chest forward. Slowly release that back foot, hands down and step your front foot back and go back to child's pose, couple breaths. Good. Coming forward again, other foot forward, whichever one you did not do before, and bring yourself up. Hands on the top of that front knee, fingers facing forward. Let the pelvis slide down and forward, lifting the sternum. Maybe that helps you find a tiny back bend in the upper spine. If that's not happening, just stay upright. That's totally fine. Feeling everything that might be getting a little bit of stretch here. A lot of areas are probably feeling it, so I'm not even going to try to name them all. Just let yourself notice and feel it for yourself. Good. Now, front forearm is going to stay on that front leg. Reach for the back foot with that hand, the hand on that side. Palm is in, thumb is down on that hand reaching back. And then any amount, again, turn forward. Sometimes just that movement is enough to make me say, hey, my quads are getting a good stretch here. And continue letting the pelvis sort of melt down and forward. Any amount until you feel like, okay, I can stop there. Good. And then slowly release that back foot and step both knees back. Once again, child's pose, couple breaths. And then walk your hands back, coming up to kneel. And if you have a blanket or something, you can still use it. You could maybe fold it up and sit on it with your legs out in front, like I'm going to do here. It's not necessary to sit on something, but it does help quite a bit with forward folding. So that's what we're going to do now. Just jiggle out the legs a little bit at first. And now we're going to sit up nice and tall, making sure we're sitting on the sitting bones, spine is lifted, lengthened, tall. Big inhale with the arms going out and up. And then as you exhale, reaching forward, bring your hands down to the legs, wherever the hands naturally reach. So don't make a goal for yourself before you start to go forward, because if you overreach, you're going to come out of your nice lengthened spinal position, right? So if I'm here and I say, I'm definitely going to touch my feet, then I just do whatever it takes to touch my feet. And it might be rounding my spine. I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to reach up, come forward, and then let the hands come down when I stop moving. And wherever your hands go, that's the right place for you to go. And then using your hands, you can pull yourself gently forward without forcing, and maybe come a tiny bit more forward, elbows bending out to the sides. and then release and come back up. Okay, so let's bend in the right knee, squeeze it in, and then pick up the foot and cross it over to the outside of your left leg. We'll do our basic spinal twist here. So the left arm is going to hold that right knee in place. Depends on your body, your flexibility. You might be holding with the hand. You might be wrapping the arm around so the elbow is right there next to the knee. Right hand comes behind you, sitting up tall, rotate around. Back hand, it's not stuck to the floor, right? It's a little bit mobile. Because as you turn, you might want to bend the elbow or move the hand a little bit. Last thing, if you want to try, is to take the left elbow and bring it across to the outside of that right knee. Not necessary to do so, but you could if you like. And then slowly release. Keep your legs crossed as they are. Go to the other side and just dangle out the head a little bit. Good. And coming back up, uncross the legs. Jiggle the legs out a little bit, and we'll do the other side. Hugging in the left knee, picking up the foot, crossing it over. Twisting around towards your left, same way. Make sure you're sitting up tall, not leaning back on that back hand. Decide if you want to just keep the arm wrapping around in front or even cross it. Either way, getting a good twist in. Slowly unwind, go to the other side and drop the head. Good. Facing forward, undo the legs. And let's come to lie down on the back. So you can scoot yourself off the blanket if you were sitting on it. Scoot forward so you have room to come down onto your back. From here, keeping the knees bent, walk them in a little bit closer to the sitting bones. Coming up to our basic bridge to start with, palms pressing down. Lift up into your bridge, making sure the knees are still tracking forward. Try not to let the knees splay out to the sides. Try to sense what direction they're going because you can't really see them. Lifting up any amount that feels right for you. Big breath in and then exhale. Come on back down. We're going to do one more bridge. You can do the exact same thing we just did, or I'll give you a little variation once we're up. So starting same way, push up into your bridge. And now if you would like, bring the hands together underneath you, clasping the fingers together. The palms are facing in towards each other. Maybe you can bring the heels of the hands all the way together, or maybe you just want to keep them apart, just letting the fingers stay interlaced and pushing up maybe a little bit higher. Same time pushing down with your arms. And whenever you're ready, release the arms out to the side and come all the way down. Okay, good. We have plenty of time. Awesome. We're going to do a couple figure four stretches here. So folding the left knee, the left ankle on top of the right knee. I'm going to do a couple different things to actually just kind of prepare to do the figure four stretch. So first, your two hands are going to go to the side. So your right hand is pressing on the front of the right thigh. Your left hand is pressing a little bit to the inside of the left thigh because this leg is turned out. Take a couple moments just pressing away gently. And this is just to make sure we're keeping the pelvis in place. Sometimes to take the intensity out of the stretch, we might hike up, in this case, the right hip. So we want to make sure we're not doing that. So pressing away, making sure the pelvis is staying squared this way, okay? Then we're going to release the hands, lift up the right foot, keep the left foot flexed, and hold around the right thigh. And take a few slow breaths in your figure 4 stretch. Maybe the hands stay wrapped around the hamstring. You maybe can reach all the way to the front of the shin here. Don't overdo it, but you're just working to open up that hip. And also take the left hand, maybe gently pushing that knee away as you continue to breathe. And then slowly release. Keep the feet crossed, keep that ankle crossed on top. Now we're just going to slide the ankle down. So now the legs are still crossed, but it's closer to the knees. The knees are close to each other, rather. And we'll just take this into a supine twist. So your legs are going to drop over to your right. You can just cross them just as they are. The left foot is just kind of hanging out. Or you can wrap it around the right calf if you want to do an eagle kind of position with the legs, eagle wrap. Either way, just let the legs go over to your right. And taking a few nice breaths here, the left arm going back behind you. You can put it in different positions depending on what you want to get out of this. So to open up the front of the shoulder, the pec on this side, you can reach it away, turning the palm up. And you can feel that stretch there. If that is, maybe a little too intense, your shoulders are super tight and that's too intense, just bring the arm a little bit closer to you, or even turn the palm down. As you breathe, you might feel you can kind of release a little bit more. The left knee and the left shoulder are both easing down towards the floor. And roll back onto your back and unwrap the legs. And then we'll do a figure 4 stretch on the right. So now your right ankle will go on top of the left knee. Again, hands come right to the top of the thigh. So the left hand is on the front, the right hand to the inside of that thigh because the leg is turned out. Both hands are pressing away. So now it's on the left side that we want to maintain length, right? We don't want to let the hip, start to do this. I'm exaggerating, but make sure the sides of the body are equal length, nice and long on both sides. Good. Now, keeping the right foot flexed, lift the left foot up and reach around the right thigh, maybe to the front of the shin, as you like. Either way, hugging that leg in. The right elbow or hand or forearm, whatever seems right, you can gently press that right knee away. And release down. Keep the feet crossed, keep the crossing. Slide the right ankle down so the knees are close to each other. And we'll take our supine twist here. The right foot could just be crossed over, kind of hanging out here, or you can wrap it around behind the left calf, at least behind the Achilles tendon. And let the legs drop over to your left. Same thing here. You can reach the right arm back behind you, turning the palm up. And give a nice stretch to that shoulder. If it's intense, it might mean that you need to stretch your shoulders more. So maybe you can stay with it, but you don't want it to be so intense that you're just not able to relax. So find that happy medium, that sweet spot in between. Don't torture yourself. At any time, you can always just bring the arm a little bit closer to you. And then breathe, concentrating on dropping the right knee and the right shoulder any amount towards the floor. It'll be lengthening out along the right side. Taking some nice, long, slow breaths. Good. And rolling onto your back once again, uncross the legs and hug both knees in towards your chest. For a moment, just rock side to side. And then we'll come to happy baby. So separate the knees and the legs, the whole leg, apart from each other. Lift the feet up so the soles of the feet are facing towards the ceiling. And then bring the knees down so you can either hug around behind the knees, like so, or reach for the outer edges of your feet. And bring those knees down either side of you. Sometimes to reach the feet, you might lift the head and do something weird to the neck. So just make sure you can kind of tuck the chin towards the chest a little bit to make sure the back of the neck is lengthened out. And again, taking some nice slow breaths without forcing, just allowing the knees to release down either side of you. Tiny bit more each breath. And then let's rock side to side in our happy baby a little bit. Release the feet, straighten the legs up towards the ceiling, hold around behind the knees, upper hamstring, wherever, and just gently pull the legs in towards you. If you can reach the feet, you could also hold there, maybe holding big toes, wherever you can reach. Again, holding on the leg, wherever you can reach. Let the feet fall away from each other, coming towards your straddle stretch. Again, making sure you're not jutting the chin up or doing anything weird with the neck, keeping the neck, nice and long, lengthened out on the floor, and letting the legs drop away from each other any amount. Now, if you start going too far, you could actually use the hands to kind of support the legs. You don't overstretch, right? That's totally fine. If you have a tendency to maybe, if you know yourself, you tend to like push yourself a little too far to increase your flexibility. You don't want to injure yourself. So you can always just give a little support. And last thing, before we totally relax, any amount here, you can use your hands to help this happen. You're going to rotate the legs out as if you want to point or bring the toes to face down towards the floor a little bit more. So turning both legs out, both legs out, both legs out. And then whenever you're ready, using your hands to support the legs, bring them back in towards each other. And just relax for a moment, hugging the knees in one more time. And then we'll come to a short final relaxation. So Shavasana, letting the legs drop down towards the floor. And reaching the legs long. Stretch them out actively. And then finally let them completely relax. The feet roll open a bit. Palms turn up. And let yourself just completely rest. Last few moments of class. And watch as the breath just starts to slow down. All right. When you're ready, start to stretch out along the floor, wake up the body a tiny bit, wiggle the fingers and toes, and rolling over onto one side. Come up to sit. I'm going to say namaste, even though we weren't doing yoga the whole time. We can still say namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon next time. Stay safe.